Welcome to my life. I can take a wild guess. You know what's crazy? What is this?
Sushi means sex.
What is going on this show?
It's the lighter side of the dark side.
Oh, no, he didn't.
What did you do, man? What did you do? What an interesting transition from the smooth talk of their psychology shows to the craziness of the Dark Mark show. Welcome. We're back. No Thanksgiving this week. I am back, and look who's back for the first time in 3 weeks.
Yoo-hoo.
It's
Hello,
Josi.
Dark Minions.
No, I was going to cue you.
You didn't have to.
Say it again.
Hello, Dark Minions.
Josi Cat is back.
Yay. But I'm not going to be here next week. Did I tell you that?
Well, let's do the show first, Josi, and then we'll figure out the co-hosting situation. Today we have a very good show. This is going to be great. We have, and I knew I was going to ask you before the show how to pronounce the last name. Is it Davila? Is it Davila?
Davila.
Davila.
Davila, the first one.
Oh, Davila. Okay. Saint Peter Davila, who's written a memoir, even though he's 30. It's called LDS Punk. And I didn't know there were Mormon punks. I didn't know there were Mormon Latinos.
There's punks everywhere.
Well, yes, and
we've invaded.
And Saint Peter Davila, I am envious of you because you are in between Josi Cats and our other guest, Miss Poisoness.
Hello.
Angela Denton. How are you, Angela?
I'm wonderful.
I'm going to call you Miss Poisoness from here on in because I like that.
I like that too.
I like that. So we've got a lot to catch up on. We were not here last week, and Josi wasn't here the week before. And so there's a few things to catch up on. One, I am going to be on Orpheus's show, Orpheus Black. We were just talking about who are our most outrageous guests. We had Orpheus Black on, who choked Josi Cat. How was that?
That was a little intense, to say the least.
I don't think it was as intense as when he set Cat on fire.
Yes, he did.
That was a little more intense.
That was not for me.
I could feel the heat.
She liked it.
Oh, she loved it. I could feel the heat from here. But I'm going to be on Orpheus Black. He has a show called Tyran Think. Tyran Think, Tyran Think. And I got to think because I have no idea what that means, but I'm sure he'll explain it tomorrow. It's going to be on the Rat Pack Podcast Network. So if you love the sound of my voice, and who doesn't, there's a bonus. And then that's tomorrow night at 8 on the Rat Pack Network. I know, listen to Skid Row is your first choice. But if you don't want to listen to Skid Row, go to the Rat Pack Network. And on Monday afternoon at 4, I'll be on LA Talk Radio on Guy Talk Radio with my friends, very funny comics, Joey Olson.
I know Joey.
Do you?
I haven't been on his show. I met him at a party, though.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that. Joey's having me on the show. Billy Batts, a funny comic. Sandy Stotts, a very funny comic. They're going to be on the show, so that's great. Also, we were talking about old shows. We were talking about Danny Danger, the shows that we did on the GoCast Network at Emery and Heather Henderson's house. Once again, thank you, Emery and Heather. We love you. This show is still on the air. This is number 30. This is the 30th episode. And very much attributed.
I cannot believe it.
Well, you've only been on like 25, and I think you've been on time for maybe 3. But so Emery and Heather, we appreciate it. But if you want to listen to all of our past shows that were not Universal Studios, and those are floating around the internet somewhere, from the Danny Danger, Dave Shelton show where Josi Cat tased Danny Danger's nipples, up until 2 weeks ago, and this show will be up on this weekend. Go to darkmarkshow.com. I archived them all. They're all there.
A lot of work.
It was a lot of work, but it was worth it. And other big news, and we'll get to the Hollywood Report. And I'm sorry, you guys just sitting there going, I thought we were going to talk about our stuff. No, I'm talking about my stuff.
What about me, damn it?
Well, I will tell you, if you really, I don't know what you're doing a week from Sunday, which is December 15th, but at 8 o'clock, I will be performing at Cabo Wabo as part of it's the Bloody Mary Christmas.
Yes. Our friend Mr. Hall is...
Cleve Hall is he's designing some crazy Christmas stuff. There's a whole set. He's going to design a creepy set.
Those who don't know him, he was on Monster Man.
And he will be on our show.
And he's a great special effects artist.
Right. We went to his Halloween party. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. Not only is he, so you're like, okay, Mark's gonna do comedy and there's gonna be sets. That's fun enough. We're gonna have many of Odd Nature. Charlie, who's been on the show, is gonna perform. Vi Batiste, who we know as Ruru the Clown, she's gonna be eating fire. We're gonna have magician. Remember Micah Cover?
Yes, of course.
He's gonna be doing magic there, and special guest.
He works a lot with Charlie, doesn't he? They work.
I suppose they do. And
That's
then.
nice.
G. Tom Mack, who you remember that song from the Lost Boys, Cry Little Sister? Cry Little Sister, thou
sing it.
shalt not fall. You know that one.
Sing a little more.
We try that again.
Cry to your mother,
I think you need to dance.
Anyway, I'll bring it in. Well, you're not going to be here next week, but I'll bring it in so you know what it's the song from the Lost Boys. Thou shalt not. Anyway. December 15th, Cabo Wabo, if you're in Los Angeles. And it's, you haven't done a Hollywood report in so long.
I know. I don't even know where to start.
Let me turn the camera around. Hold on. Let me turn the camera around. And, Jeremy, it's time for the Josi Cat Hollywood
All
report.
you can see is this mic stand.
No, you both are in the shot.
Okay. Do I need to go this
I'm
way?
cueing you.
Do I need to come over this way? A little pissant there. Old school style.
We can see you there.
Push me down, down on the floor. Give it to me, baby, I need some more. Sex, junkie, junkie whore. Sex, junkie, junkie whore. Sex, junkie, sex.
That's the first song I wrote with Pissant in 95. That video has had 25,000 hits. Yeah.
And that was since 95, so that's basically three hits a week.
Right?
Anyway, so Josi,
Hey.
Josi, what's been happening
what
in
you can
Hollywood
get.
in the last month?
Well, I guess I'll start with I was really busy working on Treasure King because we had to refilm it.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to work on set with Frank Stallone.
Yes, that's right.
He rolls.
Yes.
He is in
Hear me,
better...
darling, I am down, but I am far from over. Dun, 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 dun. I know Frank Stallone.
He is in way better shape than most 20-year-old men.
Well, so am I.
Yeah, right.
Okay. I met
was
Frank
pretty
Stallone
cool.
a long time ago, and
I
he's
got
very
paid
cool.
for it again, which is even better, So,
Josie got paid, but it's not far from over. Dun, dun. Go ahead, Josie.
and then spent the Thanksgiving weekend with Gore's character Techno Destructo. I was his ring bitch and brought him out on a chain and for
As
one
you
of
do.
the wrestling matches. So that was pretty fun.
So wait, so I wasn't invited to this. I was. I think had something else to do, but
I
you
don't
were doing
think you would
wrestling.
have wanted to drive out to Simi Valley.
I live right by Simi Valley.
Oh, do you?
I live in
Okay.
Tarzana.
I think you were out of town. You were in San Diego.
We'll use that excuse. So you were hanging with
you were
Guar?
that was pretty cool. And, for Thanksgiving, did some volunteer work.
Well, here's the thing about Josie, and we're gonna get to you guys. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get to you guys. Josie, it's hard to see beyond the tits and the tats, but Josie Cat, and it really is. But Josie Cat is a nurturing,
For tats.
giving person, and she does volunteer a lot. And you were serving Thanksgiving dinner, were you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with Union Shelter,
Right.
Union Square Shelter.
Did you wear low cut tops? So when you were throwing the stuffing down, they're like all the guys were like,
No, I didn't. Not
Okay.
this time.
all right.
There's a time and place for that. And then there was the Fetish Film Festival.
That's
and
right.
Angela was
I saw
one
Angela.
of my spokesmodels.
I saw a lot of Angela.
I think everybody did.
And that was a great night. You were there Saturday. There was Friday and Saturday
I got to tell you, no, I want to ask you about this this night, and we're going to get to you guys. I got so much positive reaction from every woman. Women were checking me out left and right, like more than usually happens. Some nights you go out and nothing happens.
That means one.
No. I'm being serious. Sometimes you go out, you girls get hit on all the time, but sometimes with guys, Sometimes you go out, nothing happens. Sometimes you go out, everything happens. Everybody you talk to, it's just like, and I asked Elizabeth, our friend Elizabeth Aston, I said, well, what's going on? She's like, oh, it must be a full moon. So I don't know if I'm a werewolf or what. Did you see something?
You're a little hairy.
Did you see something in me that night that you don't normally see? Or what was going on that night? I just had extra confidence and just every woman was responding.
I don't know. Were you flashing the credit cards?
Have you seen my credit?
I guess no.
I applied for a car, and this guy pulled my credit. He leaves me a message. He's giggling. Angela, you saw me that night. Was I a little hotter than usual?
You had this little sparkle in your eye.
I did.
I think it was like the kinky fetishness in the air.
I think, well, maybe that's what it is. See?
There you have it.
So, but and you look fabulous, and you were holding court and teasing the boys as usual.
Yeah, it was an interesting night. Both nights were really well done. Last year I produced the opening night, and this
that
year
was a lot of fun.
And this year I just showed up.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to be debuting the video, but it wasn't ready. We're going
Because you haven't edited me into the video.
Exactly. We need to do a second shot,
Right.
and we're going to bring in Angela too.
Oh.
So we'll reshoot it or do the second shoot. I should say.
Is that the Hollywood Report?
That's it for now.
Now to Peter and Angela. Saint Peter, you are a saint.
I am.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
let me ask the first question. I have a question.
This?
No, I have a question first off. But the saint thing is good. Who declared you a saint?
My mother.
Okay.
That's my actual legal name.
Oh, okay. See, you are a Mexican boy at heart.
I am. Yes, I am.
Yes.
Latin all the way.
Are you the only boy?
No, I'm not.
You're the oldest boy.
That's a silly
I'm the
question,
middle.
followed up by Latin.
No, I know she had children, but I haven't seen Latin families where there's only one boy
How many kids are there?
and 13 girls.
There's only 3 in mine. So
Okay.
How many cousins?
cousins.
You can't count.
Without count. Yes.
I was going to say, and I have read the book, so I know that there's some circumstances that it would have been more. I understand.
Yes.
Yes, your parents, your parents were Latin like that.
They were.
But here's the question, and this is the question I had. Now, the LDS Punk is for your spiritual journey.
It is.
Both spiritual and cultural.
It is.
It's your journey through punk rock, your journey through death rock, goth, and then also your spiritual journey started with Catholicism.
Catholicism. Yes,
I
right.
can't even say it. Catholicism, and then Mormonism, and then you Buddhism, Wiccan, and you explored pagan and other things, and then now you're a Mormon again, and a Buddhist, and
Amongst many things. Yes.
Are you a Mormon because you decided you could have more women? Come on.
Okay,
come
we'll
on.
get to the best
You're
part.
like, eeny, meeny, miny, more women.
Well, is that what it was?
Sure.
No, but this was the question. This is the first question I had.
Okay.
What does Mormonism? How does that appeal to a Latino? I don't understand it.
Well, funny enough, the Book of Mormon that they use besides the Bible,
Right.
They believe that it was written by the ancestors of what we know now as the Hispanic people, the Aztecs, the Mayans, the Incas.
Okay.
They believe that they were the ones that wrote the Book of Mormon.
Okay.
So when they teach Hispanic people, anyone that has I guess you could say Latin American blood in them, especially us because we have the Mayan and the Aztec blood.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the people that wrote the Book of Mormon, they always taught us that those are our descendants.
Right. So
We are descendants of them, and that's I guess that's the biggest connection.
right, because until I read your book, I'm very ignorant about Mormonism. I tried to do some research, and there's a Rodney Dangerfield movie called My Five Wives. I tried to watch that, and there's a Big Love and all that stuff. And I did a show. I did a goth festival in Utah once.
Oh wow!
Which is really weird. And so I saw the Mormon temples, which are striking. But I also was in a bar where they have these little rooms where you can drink.
Yes.
You can't drink everywhere. You have to be in this little room to drink.
Yes.
And I'm drinking caffeine in front of you, taunting you. I'm drinking a caffeinated drink because Mormons can't drink
Wait,
caffeinated
what are the
drinks.
rules?
You know what? I would say for the white Mormons are a little more lax. They do drink Coke and things of that nature. I would say the Latino Mormons are a little more strict. They don't drink the caffeinated drinks.
Right.
But
what's the thought behind that? I don't get it.
They're addicting drinks. Basically, the church's stand is no drugs, alcohol, of course, and then coffee and black tea.
What about sugar?
That one's not on the list. And surprisingly enough, Jell-O sells a lot of product in Utah.
Right.
One of the vices that they have.
Yeah, if you
Makes
can't drink, you
sense.
can't smoke. Yeah, have some sugar.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Yeah.
There's probably people like snorting sugar off the table. So yeah, so it's weird. So I and you're wearing a Smith shirt.
I am.
So that begs the question, and we were talking about that before the show.
Yes.
Morrisey, Latins, you go into it a little bit in the book, but I don't get it. I like Morrisey myself, but I'm a pussy sensitive white boy.
Right.
I get when he's every day is like Sunday. I get it. I've cried about women like that. I've been, but for the Latin guys, I don't get it.
What's a lot of things. He has seeped into the Latino psyche, if you will.
Right.
I mean, he's going to be there forever, long after he's dead.
Right.
If you listen to most Mexican music, even the mariachi ones that are real famous, with their singing in that almost operatic voice.
Mm-hmm. They sing like Morrisey, really?
Same themes.
Okay.
Same stuff that Morrisey's singing about.
Right. And you've sung in bands, and I was surprised that your voice wasn't better than that for that type of music. But those are punk bands you've been singing in.
Punk and goth, yes.
Punk and goth. Mm-hmm. So, and I don't
I wonder
want
if our bands ever played together.
It's very possible.
Probably.
Pissant. Are you familiar with Pissant?
I am, yes.
That's the lead singer of Pissant, right
yes,
there.
I got excited right now when she said that. I didn't know that.
So, did you guys ever play together? What was your band?
know.
You've been in a few bands, okay?
I've been in
15
a few.
years of playing.
Yeah,
right. And you were 4 at the time, so that's interesting.
Exactly.
Did you ever play the Vampire Bazaar in Long Beach? Did you ever play that?
No, never did.
Okay, that was one that we did a lot of.
But we played pretty much every other place from
you guys-
1995 to.
And in Bar Sinister, we played Bar Sinister as well.
I might have been there. I'm not sure. I was looking at the pages like that. That looks kind of familiar.
I'm sure we crossed paths because.
Absolutely. Well, I've seen him before. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, excuse me.
There you have it.
I had no idea. And somebody I've seen before, Angela, Miss Poisoness. Excuse me. How does? Here's the thing. People, I've met you, and this is the first time we're really getting to talk at length, and I'm getting my voice ready and looking you in the eye. But
How much research did you do?
I did so much research, and Angela, and you know what's funny? You guys were talking about it. He knows what we've run into each other. You guys probably played together. Miss Poisonous and I have something in common.
We do, yes.
Well, other than the fact we're both devilishly handsome and sexy and just desirable, we've both been featured in American Gothic magazine.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
I don't know if it might have been the same issue. Who knows? When was it? Because that was a while. They haven't been
It was
online
a couple
for a while.
years ago.
Yeah. Mine was like 2009, I think. So
Did a jewelry ad and got to do some clothing.
I must say, Angela has some of the best modeling photos. I mean, they're so creative.
Thank you.
I just can't wait to refer you to some of the people I know.
that's about time.
Who are really creative like that.
It's my passion. I love doing it.
And you're from Indiana.
Yes, sir.
There's a whole Midwest mafia that's kind of come over here
Right?
and taken over. I got to tour Indiana. There's some cool people in Indiana.
We have a really. I'm working on a Christmas card for all the new people who are here now.
Okay.
Because there's a whole new slew of people who are now in the scene over the last year, and they're all completely awesome. And as someone who was born in North Hollywood and raised here, we usually don't want to welcome any more people. We're like, no, the weather, there's no seasons. You're going to hate it, which I saw someone on one of your posts say that. Oh, well, there's no seasons because you were saying it's flip-flop.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's cold out right now. Maybe it's not below 0, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, I am too, because I'm looking at your nipples, yours and Angela's, so it's a little chilly. But no, actually, the studio's nice and cozy. But you're from Indiana, so I got tour Indiana. There's some cool people in Indiana. Last time I was there,
I think all the cool ones are here now.
Yeah, I think if you're from the Midwest, you're raised with manners and respect, and you're just a good person. And it's how you're raised. And then you come out here to LA and everybody's so different. And it's so crazy that we stand out like a sore thumb. I'll meet people, not tell them where I'm from, and they'll be like, "You're not from here. You're really nice. You have manners. Wait a minute."
but when you were in Indiana, they probably said, "Oh, you're crazy.
Yes, I
you're
am
wild.
the crazy
You got
lady
tattoos."
in Indiana.
right. And you got you first got tattoos in Indiana, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
But actually, Angela, I have to correct you on that. But a lot of the people who were born here are usually the ones who are really nice and not jaded because they're just so used to it.
You're right.
It's the ones
Josie,
who have
were you
been
born here?
I just said I was born in North Hollywood.
Yes,
you know that.
yes. I just wanted to reiterate that.
It's usually the ones who have been here for about 5 years. That's when it hits. And then they start becoming assholes because they've been around, they've done a few things. They're getting a little bit noticed.
Peter, you're a native LA guy. Where were you born?
I was actually born in Guadalajara.
Oh,
Jalisco, Mexico, and I came here when I was 2 years old.
Okay, so
and I've been in LA since I was 2, and so this is home for me.
All right, and you were what city in Indiana?
I was actually born in Texas
and
raised in Indiana, but from
Yeehaw.
Yeah, right. And we did.
You lucked out.
I'm country through and through. I just disguise it well.
Right. So I mean, when you were in Indiana, were you like a cheerleader gone bad, or you were always into the the goth look and the?
I was actually raised very Christian, very much in church, Pentecostal Christian, holy roller tongue talking, all that craziness.
That's why you rebelled.
When I was young, I was different. I knew it. My mom tried to make me ride horses and be a country girl and listen to country music.
Right.
And I always liked the rock and roll and the metal, and I rebelled so hard, and she fought it so hard and finally gave up. She finally gave up, and I started piercing my tongue and my eyebrow and my belly button myself with safety pins when I was like 13. She's like, there's no hope for this girl. So she gave up.
And by the way, kids listening to the Dark Mark Show, don't do that.
Don't do that. Such a bad idea.
Come on, please. You have to.
Just try it.
Yeah.
I pierced my nose when I was a teenager by sticking a carrot up my nose. And then he pierced it. Yeah, because otherwise it goes through and hits the other side.
How do you do it? It was a sharp carrot? I don't even get that.
No, you just, cut it to where it's going to fit, stick it up your nose. Well, you're punk rock. You probably did the same thing.
With a carrot?
Yeah.
Not with a carrot.
You probably did it with a tamale. You didn't do it with a carrot. So your mother was Catholic, and then
yes,
because I read the book, but I don't know the details are foggy. So about what time did the Mormons knock on your door and start talking about it?
I must have been about 7 years old, and actually they didn't knock on our door. What happened was my mother had this Christian friend that was kind of anti-Mormon, and she had invited my mother over so that she could see a movie that the Mormon missionaries were showing, and she was gonna point out to her just how flawed they were and just how full of BS. And my mom went and saw the movie and just took the pill. She just connected with it instantly.
Right. So there was look at this, it's bullshit, and your mom's like, that's not bullshit.
Yeah.
So I mean, and you don't. I mean, obviously, this is not the Book of Mormon. This is not the Book of Latter-day Saints.
Definitely not. No.
So because I just to get a little background, because honestly, I'm really and you're not Mitt Romney, so I can talk to you about this.
Please do.
Latter-day Saints. So there were saints in America as well. I mean, there were. I mean. Jesus walked in America? Is that what the thing? Or
yeah, they believe that after he was crucified in Israel, that he came to this continent, and he came down to what we know now as, like I said, the Aztecs, the Mayans, and he actually came down to. Was
that in Utah, or was that?
No, some of them believe that it was somewhere in central Mexico.
Okay,
that's what the belief or the theory is. They're not really sure where.
Right, because and the things you go through, because there's a lot of myths. Now, I mean. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the magic underwear.
Okay.
And I always thought the magic underwear was what Josi wore, but she never wears underwear. So
how do you know that? Actually, I didn't wear underwear.
I know you don't wear underwear. Let me tell you why I know you don't wear underwear. Sometimes you wear really tight pants. I see you get up from the chair, and I see crack.
I mean, he watches you get up from the chair.
Yes, I do.
I guess we can. I'm
going to watch you get up from the chair, too.
Watch her now, right?
St. Peter, I'm not going to watch you get up from the chair at all. But these two, I will make sure. But no, sometimes like, she's looking for something. She's trying to find her purse, and I'm sitting there, and I'm in a chair like this, and she's like bending over, like, and I'm like, what the?
You creeper.
I'm like, no, your crack's in my face. What do you want me to do? Your crack's been in my face a lot of times.
Okay, whatever.
Your ghetto booty has been in my face many a time. Remember?
Definitely ghetto.
I was going to mention that, by the way, and we'll get back to the magic underwear. Jeremy, our producer, I want to thank you and Melvin from the Qumran Report, because I was listening to it. We were at the Stand Down for Veterans in downtown LA, and that was a great experience.
That was awesome.
And we met a pranic healer who seemed to think that I had some healing magic.
And he said my energy was very dirty.
Well, it was weird because he put his hand like over her head, and you could see her like shaking, and it was weird. But that's michaeljespinosa.com if you like the pranic healing. I thought that guy was great. And also And the dogs, we're going to have, next time you're on, I think, which will be in 2 weeks, when we have the sexy boy, they're going to call in with the dogs. They had the therapy dogs there, and Josie played with them, and because they could see that she needed help. So
everyone was trying to heal me.
Yes.
Even the
So anyway,
dogs.
the magic underwear. You're not wearing magic underwear today, are you?
I am not. No.
Okay. There's no need. Nothing's going to happen. But
Tell us.
the magic underwear, from what I understand, it's like a long john outfit. It's like shorts and like a shirt, and it's supposed to protect you.
Correct. It's a protection and a reminder, right?
And with all due respect, you believe this shit?
How can I explain it? It's
I'm kidding, but I mean, do you really believe it?
I guess some of it's kind of goes back to you remember you all seen the cartoon Dumbo? Remember the magic feather? Remember
right.
He could fly all along.
Right.
He could do everything he needed to do. But he didn't think he could. So you remember the crows and the mouse came up with the magic feather. It's just magic feather. When you put this magic feather, you can fly. And I think a lot of things like that, because it's not just the Mormons. I mean, there's certain religions where you have a sacred cross. They wear the sacred cross.
Right.
And it kind of falls along that same thing. So I think it's more psychologically deep. You know what I mean?
Very well.
No, I know what you mean.
Because
Yeah,
all
I know
religions have something to focus on,
but
and something to believe in.
Right.
So it's all a matter of putting out positive energy.
In other words, what I'm saying is, you put on that. You call it magic underwear.
I know it's not called magic underwear. That's what it is.
Garments. Well, if they put those on and jump out in front
What
of
do
a
they call
bus,
them?
Garments.
Garments.
Wow, that's steep.
And you can order them online. You can order them. You can get them from the church.
Googled garments.
And I got to be honest, Peter, your garments must probably be 2X, I'm guessing, because you're a big dude.
Yes, they are.
So they come in 2X.
Yes, they
So
come in
how
all
often
sizes.
do you wear them?
I have not worn mine for a couple of years now.
And have things gone downhill?
Yeah, Josie, you didn't wear your magic underwear today, and look what happened. You had a rough day.
No, actually, I had a good day.
Okay, so maybe you did wear your magic non-underwear. But your magic tampon, I don't know. But what
Fuck you.
No, that's a good question. Have you had good luck since the magic without the magic underwear?
I have had both good
Okay.
and bad. I personally believe that we create our own luck, if that makes any sense. I believe that we have the power to create our destiny, whatever it may be.
That's very Buddhist, and you studied you studied very deeply in Buddhism,
I did.
And you still probably identify yourself as a Buddhist and a Mormon, right?
You could say that, yes.
I did say that. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, well,
I mean, in the book, basically, the point of the book is, whatever path you choose, if you're a good person, that's what counts.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I guess what I see, when people always ask me, well, do you think the church is true? And I don't think that's really the question anymore, because it works for some people. Like my father is a Mormon bishop out in Utah.
Okay.
Currently, I mean, he's been doing it forever. And for him and my mother, it's worked. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I've seen it for some people not work. I've seen some people be Buddhist, be something completely else, not even really follow a religion, but more spiritual.
Right.
And they live a life just as good or even better than some people that claim themselves to be hardcore religious individuals.
And some hardcore religious people down deep in the core, not good people.
Exactly. Yes. Right. Yeah. They use it for power. They use it. I think the Dalai Lama said it best. He said that while these, when religious groups are divided, other self-interest groups are going to come in and, like you say, come in and create their own power and use it for what they need it to be used. And so I think a lot of times organized religion goes that way.
Right.
I think it's unfortunate for the majority of the people, but I think that there's a small percentage. I think in every religion that actually lives it and actually help other people,
and they're usually the ones that are not trying to push it on people. They're the ones that are the ones that are leading by example.
Correct. They're more quiet, more in the background.
Right. And you do quote the Dalai Lama. That quote is in the book.
I do. Yes.
Kept it on the DL. We love the DL. So
I love him. I saw him at the Gibson Amphitheater.
I was there too for that.
That was amazing.
You guys, it's like you guys are always around each other. Now you finally met. But Angela, let me get back to you. From the Dalai Lama to hot Miss Poisoness. How did the Miss Poisoness handle? Because you were so sweet. Who gave you the Miss Poisoness handle?
I did. I created that.
Yeah.
It's when I first got into modeling about 7 or 8 years ago now.
Okay.
21. I was doing my research and realize that every model has some kind of alias and they have their nickname. They have something that makes them stand out because it's not just like, hey, I'm Sally Jane. No one's going to remember Sally Jane. Yeah. So you got to, think of something creative, something that stands out and, drips from the tongue a little bit. And I just sat there one day.
That's Poisonous.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? All these girls had cat something, kitty something, meow something. And it's like something a little different. So I came up with Miss Poisonous, and it had a nice ring to it.
Right.
Wasn't taken yet.
Interestingly enough, I would think it would be.
It worked for me. So it's been my little alias ever since.
So how did you get into modeling? Is this a good story, or is this one of these guys
no, actually,
you were 12 and some guy was 30 like,
no,
hey, I'll take some pictures of you. Josie, you know about that.
It's actually a good story, and it's I never thought it would happen. And when I was a little girl, I wanted to be a model. That's what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And the older I got, my body changed and puberty and all that, and I didn't think it could happen. I'm like, yeah, this and that happened. I'll never be a model. So it wasn't until I was 20 years old, I had a neighbor of mine say, hey, there's this photo shoot going on at the studio, and they're looking for new girls. You should totally try it. And I was like, oh, yeah, whatever. And he talked me into going, and I did my first photo shoot, and it went really well. And I posted those pictures on MySpace back in the day.
I remember that.
And another photographer seen my pictures, and then he asked to work with me, and it just it picked up from there. It just went from a fluke to now it's became something I have to take seriously that I never did. And now I've been doing it for about 7 or 8 years, and it's been very successful for me.
And that's when the alternative modeling and the goth look and and this is how I got in the goth scene. Girls like this, and I don't know if because. You started up. You were a punk rocker, and then you sort of got into the goth scene. I'm guessing because of this type of thing.
That was one, and also
a little motivation.
Yeah. I mean, also the music. I mean, just connected with it.
Right.
I mean, you heard it, and it just resounded with how I felt at the time.
Right. Sometimes you're not angry. Sometimes you're kind of sad. You're sitting. You're dancing because it's so poppy and peppy, but you're like crying while you're dancing. That's why I like goth music. Josie still likes the punk because she's just angry. She wants to beat people up. But
I like other music too.
No, I know.
But punk rock was like a shot to the arm, and I was hooked.
Right.
It's been a lifestyle for me for way too long now.
Yeah, and it's something that's so, I mean, it's always been so extreme that it really never goes out of style,
Right.
For me, I went to see the Dickies, and I just jumped on in the mosh pit. I think when I'm feeling more aggressive, I like to go to a punk rock gig and then, jump in mosh and get it out of me.
Right.
And then I feel fine.
Yeah, I actually came into it myself. It's a long story, but in high school I was more metal, and then the Priest, Maiden, Van Halen, stuff like that.
And the punks and metals hung out sometimes.
Not back then.
Not back then. No.
They hated each other.
Yeah, we're dating ourselves, but yeah, back you know what I'm talking about. Back then it was like the guy with the Metallica shirt and the guy with the Clash shirt did not hang out.
Or the Cure, the Cure shirt.
There's a Dead Kennedy guy over here. It was
very cliquish.
Right, but now everybody hangs out and everybody listens to everything. So
yeah, and the teenagers now. They like everything from punk to rap.
Kids.
There's no where before it was very pure.
Right.
Either you liked punk rock or you liked,
metal. Or you liked,
there was no in between.
Right. There's a fusion going on.
Right. Yeah, everything blends.
With food, with races, with everything. I think.
So when you started modeling now, who do you? I'm guessing Dita Von Teese, people like that, were people that you were emulating, or?
I didn't even know about these girls till I got into modeling, and I started researching and seeing all these other beautiful women out there, and they were a great inspiration to me, big time.
I do a lot of research. I know what you're talking about, but she's got a lot of great pictures on me.
I have a question. I met you when you first got here in LA at Eli's party. And
that party with the jumper?
Yes. Yeah.
Did I say hi to you at that party? I must have.
No. I don't think. No, we must not have crossed
Did you jump
paths.
in the jumper? They had this blow-up jumper in the background.
I was all over the place.
In the backyard.
Fell down.
I kept falling down.
On everyone.
So go ahead, ask your question. I'm sorry.
Anyway, one of my favorite promoters who's becoming such an icon now, you're working with Parrish, which is amazing.
Yes, I am.
And how did that happen?
You know what? It happened he caught my eye when I lived in Indiana from being a model. And I was just researching models and beautiful people.
You got good vision.
And I found his modeling pictures.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh my God, this is a gorgeous man. Look at his style. And it excited me so much to see a man that could pull that off. And I started following him. Then I seen he was doing parties and promotions. And I started following his parties. And being from Indiana, where nothing like that happens, I was just like, one of these days, I would love to go to that, one of these days. And I never in my life thought I'd move to LA. So when I came out here, one of the first things I realized is, oh my God, I can go to a parish party. I was so excited. So
from hay rides to parish parties.
Right? Total 180. So in May, I went to my very first parish party and had someone introduce me to him and just kind of like threw myself out there. And then I just like kept showing up at his events and kept being like, hey, hi, I'm Angela. Hey, get on his radar.
Smart girl.
So I did. And I just through persistence and showing dedication and passion for it, I slowly became one of the Swoon girls. I'm part of Swoon Entertainment. So ever since then, it's been an absolute amazing experience. I've got to perform in front of thousands of people. I've got to meet amazing
Did you go to
people.
Vegas?
Yes.
And tell us about that.
We got to perform at the Hard Rock Casino Fetish and Fantasy Ball.
Clowns.
When was this?
My favorite thing.
It was the week before Halloween.
Paris never tells me about anything. I was going to New Orleans. I could have been
You
there.
should have seen our face. It was all over the place. We promoted it. But we did a grinding performance, and we started off with that. So our grindcore troupe did a performance where he started out as Prince and then switched into Billy Idol halfway through the performance. So it was so much fun.
No, we had Sid Pfister explain this. Peter looks so befuddled. Grindcore. I don't know if you've seen it. Explain what grindcore is.
Grindcore is we have a grinder that's in a harness that we strap around our hips, and we have a metal rod, and then we touch the rod to the grinders that spins, and it creates this spark.
In other words, sparks fly off her pussy. Is basically what happens.
Exactly. And it's the art of grinding. So I get to shoot sparks.
That's the new
from my
punk
crotch.
rock.
Yeah.
Angela, you're my favorite from all the girls. Not just because I adore you.
Oh, I'm a ham.
But
And you're on the show tonight.
She really does.
No, she's
ham it up.
great.
She gets down on her knees. She moves around a lot and gets really into the grinding.
I've noticed.
It's spectacular.
It is. No, you are very good. So,
I have fun with
I've
it.
seen good grinding and I've seen bad grinding. Once again, Sid Pfister is terrific. You're terrific.
Thank you.
But some women are just like, they're just sitting there. It's like, oh, like grinding, like it's a
And
chore.
isn't that funny
So
that,
much
that
fun.
we're like going, some people don't have this opportunity.
No, I'm not going like that. I'll watch sparks shoot off a pussy anytime. But they're sitting there, like, going through the motions. Oh, another grindcore performance. You're always into it.
You have to count your blessings. And when I was in Indiana and I seen things like this go on, I was like, I want to do that one of these days. And now that I can do that, every time I get to do something like that, I appreciate it and I'm humble for that moment. So I live every moment as full as I can. And
Angela, don't ever lose that. Keep gracious and thankful for every
I plan on
opportunity, and they will keep coming. They will keep coming because I could tell you.
Thanks, Mom.
She's right though. It's
She's nurturing. She's giving. I understand.
Yeah.
But what other outrageous things?
Advice I could give to you're not a new model, a first timer model, but for first timer models, just stay gracious and thankful.
Thank you, Josie.
I'm telling you, Mark.
You've never given me advice in your life.
I'm telling you for your modeling career.
My modeling career was basically your video, but no, we're going to take some pictures for the show soon. We're going to do some modeling together.
Oh, sexy time.
No, seriously, I've got a whole thing. She's over my knee, I'm over her knee. We're going to be like with two paddles, like sword fighting. I got a whole thing.
Like
we
sword
usually
fighting.
are.
Wait.
No, have you ever seen us in the clubs? She starts trying to. It was at the party.
started.
No, you saw it at Levi's party. She tried to do a spanking. There was a spanking war, by the way, at the end of the
I
show.
brought a paddle to that party. That
We
got
always get in a
broken
paddle
in.
war.
We always get in a paddle war, and I always win. And by the way, we're saying
Because you don't stop.
because you don't stop.
You don't know when to quit.
Peter, we're gonna have a spank train at the end of the show, so you're gonna get to spank both these girls. What other than grindcore? What other crazy stuff has Parrish had you do on stage? On stage,
On stage. that's probably like, we did the clown show where we all dressed as clowns and got to perform and go dance. And, it was so much fun. There's a video on YouTube I'll have to link on your page later of all of our performance in Vegas.
Although I'm a little burnt out on clowns. We had clowns the last 2 shows, and I've had enough clowns for a while. Last time you were here, Colin Monroe's here.
I know. I can never get enough of
Local
clowns.
Coco. We had Cool Hectic. So you're dressed as a clown.
Yeah, but I think the go-go dancing and the go-go gigs are a lot of fun because we get to dress in such extravagant costumes and our headdresses and
Ever play with fire?
Everything. No, not yet. I'm kind of scared, but I want to learn.
Right.
I want to learn too.
Maybe we should do that together.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Jeremy, do you have a match, or we can?
Crash course right now.
So
Orpheus said he was going to start teaching me. So maybe
I'll
have to
take
sit in
his
on
class.
that.
I'll talk to him tomorrow about it when I'm on the show on Rat Pack Network. But Peter, once there's the other thing that you go into as far as Mormonism, from shooting sparks off pussy to Mormonism, and I didn't want to get into this because I told you both this show's going to go by so fast, and we're just freewheeling it. The racism,
Yes.
of Mormonism. You go into it in the book, and I didn't even know it was that deep. But and I'm paraphrasing, so correct me if I'm wrong. But when Mormonism, there were doctrines in there for probably hundreds of years. Well, first off, black people couldn't be priests.
Yeah, they could not hold the priesthood
until 1978.
Correct.
And there was
very godly.
There were also that's not even the worst part. That's pretty bad. But there was a doctrine that said that the darker you are, the further away you are from God.
No, that's,
okay.
That's
okay. Well, correct me. What did you see? I read it really fast last night. I read it like 2 a.m. last night. I got to be honest with you. So
that's okay.
It's a little fuzzy.
Thank you.
I'll reread it now. I have my autographed copy. Thank you.
Okay. What it was, there was, and of course the church has done away with it now. They want nothing to do with it at all. So let that be known. But what it was is, and I say that, and this is where it gets a little kooky. A lot of them, they believe that there was, I guess, a war in heaven before this world, before. Let me back up here. You guys. I mean, you guys you're familiar with the Christian,
right?
Satan was cast out of heaven. Okay. Well,
rings a bell.
Okay. So the LDS, they originally, and of course that's changed now. They originally believed there was 3 groups in heaven. Mm-hmm. There was the ones that followed Jesus Christ.
Okay.
There was ones that had followed Satan, and they were cast down here, and they're here. Right. They're here amongst us. It's demons, spirits, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
And there was a third group that didn't take.
Called my ex-husbands.
And there was a third group that didn't take a side,
mm-hmm.
and they came down here through the I guess the race of African Americans or whatever. That was the original belief, and they did believe that Cain, when he was, because it's in the Bible, says he was cursed. They believed that he was turned black. So it was pretty.
That's what it was. Yeah. So basically, I mean, they said that right. Cain was turned black, and that's crazy.
Yeah, and that was the belief. That was the mark. In other words, how he said he would be Mark, and
the mark of Cain,
right? And so, of course, now all of that's done away with. They don't want to have nothing to do with. Mm-hmm. And so, there's some, and I think in every religion, and it was the same thing. I mean, don't misunderstand me. It was the same thing, even in Wicca, even in Christianity, and even when I was with the Buddhists. There's always
wacky stories.
Yeah, there's some kind of racism, and I think it's perpetuated. I don't know so much on purpose, but by the original people that started it, if that makes any sense. Because the Mormon Church was started by white people.
But you make a good point, because at the time, mm-hmm. This is when slavery was around, so they had slaves, and the founding fathers, George Washington, all the people that and I'm not being political at all, but all the people at the Tea Party. Let's go back to the founding fathers.
All the
founding fathers were all slave masters and all that too. So
they're all very racist, and I think and that's one thing that's hard for people, especially now.
Except for Thomas Jefferson, he got some good black love, but other than that,
especially now that they had to look back and realize, hey, our founding fathers were all pretty racist individuals, and that was just a thought that they had at the time. I mean, that's a thought that.
And the Constitution, black guys are 3/5 of man, and that's the American ideal.
Right. And of course, with time they've realized that they were wrong. I mean, people are equal. We're all the same.
Which is weird. You would think that conflicts with the Latter-day Saints came down and they were Mayans.
Right.
And also the fact, I mean, let's be honest, if you do believe in a Jesus, Jesus was an Israeli.
Correct.
Jesus looked more like bin Laden than he did like Sebastian Bach, let's be honest.
Probably would have, yes.
Yeah, I mean.
I was in Peru, and there's a Black Jesus church. It was in Panama. It's so cool.
Well, it sounds like the story you have in your book about you were trying to do religions, and somebody took you to, I'm not sure what the denomination was, but you'd always been the somber churches, and it was a real, the female preacher.
Right. Yeah, they took me to a Pentecostal church, and that's actually how I kind of started coming back into Christianity. And I actually had it was a Pentecostal preacher. It was a woman, and she screamed loud. I mean, like
so it was like a Blues Brothers thing where it just wow, everybody's dancing.
Pentecostals get into it.
Yes. Yeah.
You've gotten down in the Pentecostal church.
I've seen a little bit of everything. Yeah, from snake handlers to Pentecostals.
Yes.
To Catholics, everything.
Yes, and this lady, she screamed loud. I mean, like punk rockers, like you see them at a gig. I mean, just like at the top of her voice, and she never lost her voice.
Oh, let's go! Let's go!
Right.
So
Jesus going down.
Was there any point where you were like, okay, I've had it with all this soul searching,
Yes.
and I'm just gonna be?
Yes, that's exactly where I'm at. That's exactly where I came to at the conclusion at the end of the book, and I kind of touched that on there, where I realized
as you've written a religious text that I'm sure will be I'm sure this will be sold in probably Mormon stores, I would imagine.
Yes,
because our friend Brad Warner, and by the way, Brad Warner said hi. I was emailing him.
Hi, Brad.
About the show. Do you know Brad Warner?
I do not.
Brad Warner, he wrote Hardcore Zen. He's a punk rock blues monk. Yeah,
I do know who he is, and I read the book. I'm a big fan. Yes.
It's a great book, and I found it, Josie. So I'll give it to you for when you go on your vacation.
Have you ever been to over at Dharma Punk?
No, I have not. I did. I have. I did read.
Have
his
you?
book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Noah Levine, he's another guy who's a punk rock Buddhist guy, but
yes.
But he's so I would imagine this would be for Mormons sort of because his stuff gets their stuff gets sold in
Yes.
It's weird. It's like all these, when you go to the yoga, chimey sort of like new agey stores and you see their books, it really stands out. I would imagine this would be one of those.
Definitely. It's funny that you mentioned him too because I actually saw him talk in Vegas when I was a practicing Buddhist.
Brad or Noah?
Yeah. And he was actually one of the inspirations for my book at the time.
Right, because he wrote a book of his story.
Yes.
Which is the Dharma Punk, which is about. We'll have him on the show. I got to reach out to him. Brad wants to come on the show. We'll have him back in the new year. We'll have them both on. Maybe we'll have them both on.
And put him with heart.
I don't want to get into that.
Maybe you can have all three of us.
Maybe we can have so a whole thing. But we'll get like a punk.
A lot of debate.
We'll get a punk Muslim guy, and we'll get like a punk atheist. We'll get Emery on the show.
Perfect.
Yeah, we'll have like it'll be a whole thing.
A round table.
Yeah, it'll be a round table of punk guys. But anyway, so before Angela and Miss Poisoness, excuse me.
Oh,
so
getting it right now.
Yeah, because it's weird. Because have you ever seen the Woody Allen movie Annie Hall?
No, I have not.
There's a part where he fantasizes about the Wicked Witch, and the Wicked Witch is just got the smoking body and sort of.
Saying I'm the Wicked Witch?
A hot Wicked Witch, like a really hot Wicked Witch.
It's okay. I don't mind being a witch.
I
like being a little witchy.
Yeah.
Well, no, please. I didn't say bitchy. I said witchy. But anyway,
fuck you.
I was
we
only
had two tonight, so we're doing well.
Another guest that we've had on the show was Marv from Muscle Wolf Production. How did you get in with Muscle Wolf Production? Because you played a farmer's daughter in the movie. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, in the movie Farmer's Daughters.
Especially when you told me what the graphics.
Oh, I have a naughty scene in the movie. It's very graphic.
It sounds like it with that title.
Yeah, I'm one of the farmer's daughters, and I'm also the alien at the end. I'm like a shape-shifting alien, so it's pretty crazy. It's an interesting story. I met Marv in the Midwest through doing horror movie conventions. I started doing independent horror in the Midwest and started going to conventions like Horror Hound and Days of the Dead. And through going to there, I met Marv and the rest of Muscle Wolf, which they're no longer together. But that's where I met them. And I started dating one of the members, and me and Marv became very good friends.
Right.
And
well, it's funny because when I have them on the show, I'm like, do you have any female bodybuilders? Because it's all like these muscle guys. Like, no. We would never have
that.
But you were like the first woman that was sort of in Muscle Wolf Productions.
At the time, I was the first she-wolf. And that's what we called it. That's what we were. We were muscle wolves. So I was the first she wolf.
Okay.
And, things started to kind of pick up with us, and that's the reason we moved out here. But as you know how Hollywood goes, things happen and dreams die. So
were you in movies in Indiana?
But everyone loves to come back.
Yes, I was. I did a lot of independent horror in the Midwest. So I started doing some once I moved out here, but due to life circumstances, I fell away from that for a little bit, and I've been doing more working with Parrish full time now, which I'm going to get back more into my modeling and acting. It is harder out here than it is in the Midwest. And I like the cheesy grittiness of independent horror in the Midwest because everything's hands-on and the fake blood and the special effects and everything's just so...
Well, Muscle Wolf Productions,
Did you
they're
ever
very
meet my buddy
independent.
Jimmy O'Brill?
I don't
Sally?
think so.
Chainsaw Sally?
Yes, I know Chainsaw Sally. Yes.
Oh, so
I'm very
at the horror conventions, I mean, did they know you? Were you dressed as somebody?
Oh, yes. I dressed as myself. I love to wear costumes and be outrageous. So everyone there got to know me as me. I was an image in myself.
Miss Poisoness, the hot shit in Indiana.
Yeah. So I did pretty well for myself in Indiana.
Who goes to an Indiana horror festival? What's the big star that they get?
You would be surprised. The biggest celebrity that we had was Jamie Lee Curtis. We had a whole
nice.
based around her.
Wow.
I get to be Ace Frehley's VIP photographer once for his room.
He's tough.
Yeah. I know.
He is tough to work with.
We saw him at Monster Palooza. He was a little.
Yeah. He was nicer to me than his manager was, but I won't go there.
A little grouchy.
I also got to work the VIP booth with Heather. Don't hit me for saying her last name wrong. Heather Langenkamp.
Yes, from Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes. And she was the most darling woman. She was so sweet, and I helped her run her booth and do her thing. So when I wasn't working my own booth, I like to work the conventions and help out. And
it sounds like Indiana gets better celebrities than we do.
It is. It's a lot of fun. I've partied and hung out with a lot of people. Actually, my claim to fame moment kind of was Mr. Norman Reedus at my first Horror Hound. I
Walking
threw
Dead.
myself, yes, and this was before The Walking Dead, so he wasn't that famous yet.
Boondock Saints.
And I got to go to a little hotel room party with him. Yeah, and he actually asked me for signed prints. He's a photographer as well. A lot of people don't know that. Wow. And we got into a conversation about modeling and photography, and he asked to see my prints, and he liked them and asked me for 2 of my modeling pictures, and it blew my mind.
I got to be honest with you, Angela. If I met Norman Reedus, he wouldn't tell me he was a photographer.
Yeah, well,
he'd be like, nice to meet you. He wouldn't be like, come to my room, we'll shoot some pictures. I don't think so.
No, he was actually a really nice guy. He was so down to earth. He was really cool. I got a little peck at the end of the night. Got a little kissy from Norman Reedus.
So did you want more?
Oh, man, I did. And I had a boyfriend at the time, so I had to be good. But, oh, my God.
When are you going to meet Norman Reedus? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, he's a saint. He's a Boondock Saint.
Yes, but now he's so popular that I probably couldn't get 10 feet from him. So I've met him a handful of times, and he's so humble, and he's such a nice guy. So doing this
making white trash hot.
Yeah. So... being from the Midwest and conventions has its perks, that's for sure.
Apparently so, man. I got to go to Indiana and do some conventions, man. That's crazy. Hit on Jamie Lee Curtis, see what happens. Who knows?
Yeah.
But that's crazy. So you're in Hollywood now.
I am. And now I'm doing the whole go-go thing. And I'm going to throw a little promo out there. Our next party where you can find me performing at and go-go dancing
is let me get my,
is our Kinky Christmas, which will be at DMAX Studios on December 20th. So that's the next parish party where you can find us half naked, having a good, kinky, fun time.
And what day is that? On the 20th? That's
Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
All right. Is it Friday or Saturday?
Friday, I think.
It's Friday.
Yeah, I think it's a Friday. Friday, December 20th.
Oh, yeah, because the 21st is, okay, yeah.
The 20th will be before the 21st, but
usually that's how
the numbers go sequentially, Josie.
So I'm like, okay,
So actually, we are wrapping up. I mean, look at I told you this guy.
Time flies.
Okay, so Parrish's party is at DMAX Studios.
Yes.
And so I'll be there the 20th.
Good.
Right. I think I have a show, but I will definitely hit it up afterwards. If you've never been to a Parish party, and we're going to have Parish on.
Oh, man.
It's going to be fun. We're going to have the Boulets on. I told you. I talked to the Boulets.
Oh, yay.
And they were like, we were going to be on. And I was like, they're like, wait, is it
Parish and the Boulets are my two favorite
We should have them at the same time, although there might be a little
interesting.
But I told them, I said, they're like, wait a second, is it audio or video? I'm like, video. They're like, shit, we have to put the powdered wigs, the makeup, and all that shit on. But anyway, so Parrish's party, we're going to go to Kinky Christmas. Yes, and if people want to get to know Miss Poisonous, see your pictures, see what's out there, how do they get? You don't have a website.
She does.
I don't have a website right now. I bought my domain name, AngelaDenton.com. I just don't have it built yet. So Facebook is my main source of networking besides Model Mayhem. On Model Mayhem, I'm under Miss Poisoness.
I know.
Sure you do.
I did a lot of research.
He does a lot of research.
I did a lot of research. Trust me. I read your book with one hand. That's why I got that part wrong. Well, I was researching you both at the same time.
This was research on you. Oh, okay. Angela, hours,
yes.
days.
So at Facebook, it's just my name with my model name in the middle. It's Angela, Miss Poisoness Denton, and it's a little bit of personal, it's a little bit of private, it's public, it's professional. It's a mix of everything in my life there. My life is an open book. So if you want to know about me and everything I do, you can find me on Facebook.
I do.
I have no secrets. Oh, I do, but
yes.
No, I tell most of them.
Right. Angela, and
we'll have to have you back.
We will definitely have. I knew you two would be great guests. I knew that I did read. Did I read your book? I was putting things. I read the book. You. So, and I did do a lot of research. I was on my Model Mayhem quite a bit this week. I was on Facebook, but the book once again. You want to hold that up, somebody? That's LDS Punk, a memoir by Saint Peter Davila. And we didn't even get to your bachelor's degree, your son's, any of that. You're playing drums with your son's band, No Class Trash.
I am, yes.
Right, which some people have called Josie's Vagina, but No Class Trash. You're playing with your son's.
Fuck you! You made it to a 3.
So anyway, you're playing with your son's band.
Good tonight.
That's a good punk rock band name, isn't it? No Class Trash.
Yeah,
I do. I like that.
So, do you have any gigs coming up?
Not right now, no.
Okay. So, where do people get to know St. Peter Davila? Get to buy the book. It's on Barnes & Noble. It's on Amazon.
Yes, and you can order it at any bookstore.
Right.
You can, if they don't have it, you can just walk in and order it, and they will get it for you.
You go to your Mormon bookstores, they probably have it. I mean, is it being sold in religious bookstores? I'm not bullshitting. Seriously, it's like some.
Not right now. It's been mainly in secular stores, but
okay.
I am definitely looking into that.
Right, and then so how do people get a hold of you?
Just like her Facebook, probably the best place.
Right.
Go to my Facebook, go to my author page and like it. And
right. Saint Peter Davila.
Saint Peter Davila.
So if you're looking for Christmas gifts, LDS Punk is a great book. Another great book is Josie Cats.
Yes, I have.
So go to Amazon and order them both.
Several of them now.
What do you mean you have several of them?
Well, I have the one that Hollywood Breeze.
Okay. That's
put out,
Red.
Which is Red's Revenge.
Red's Revenge.
And
that's on Barnes & Noble and Amazon?
Google it. I'm not exactly sure where it's at. Actually, I'm going to do a post
Google Red's Revenge. That's good.
Yeah.
They're going to get a bunch of menstruation fetish sites.
To be safe, just Google Josie, Josi, Cat, K-A-T, and you'll find everything. You'll find my book on Amazon, which is just pictures.
You've got a Model Mayhem too.
I do have Model Mayhem. I have all that stuff, and or fearleaders.net, Google Carrera, the band.
Any Carrera gigs coming up?
No, we're recording right now.
That's right.
And we're going to have a release party for anti-Valentine's Day at the Velvet Margarita on there Tuesday.
Oh, wow. Okay.
When I get back. So I'll be gone for a little bit. I'm going to be traveling
she's going
five countries.
She's going to the Far East. She's going to cause more damage than the Tet Offensive. But anyway, so...
Vietnam hasn't seen anything.
Right. And once again, look, Dark Mark Show... the Dark Mark Show at gmail.com. Go to www.darkmarkshow.com. You can listen to all the shows. Go on our iTunes, subscribe. You can see audio and video on iTunes. Our YouTube page has all of our episodes way back to the Danny Danger, so you can see Josie tasering Danny Danger.
Oh, can I promote one more thing?
No.
I have a great calendar coming out with Justice Howard.
Okay. Well, that's different.
Yeah.
How do people order that?
Google Justice Howard.
Great promotion. Anyway, so...
it's on her homepage.
December 15th, I'll be at Cabo Wabo Live. Tomorrow night, I'll be on the Rat Pack podcast. And Monday, I will be on LA Talk Radio. And apparently, I'm going to have to call Hell's Bell next week because I need a substitute co-host. But anyway, folks, St. Peter, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Continue on the path. Maybe a year from now, who knows? You'll be Hindu. I don't know what's going to happen. You'll be, I don't know. But you may be an ordained Mormon bishop or something. I don't know. And good luck to you and your family.
Thank you.
Did you practice Santeria?
No, but I'm familiar with it.
So you have no crystal ball.
That's a no. We got to go. We got to go. And Miss Poisonous, you are a delight. We've got to have you guys back. We're going to have you guys back.
Anytime.
And everybody, have a wonderfully creepy week.
Goodbye, Jack Minans.